Some cars are built to move people, some are built to win races, but only one brand became a symbol of elegance, power, and espionage. For over a century, Aston Martin has stood for something few companies have ever achieved: timeless beauty. It survived wars, bankruptcy, financial disasters, and decades of uncertainty. Yet today, it creates some of the world's most breathtaking machines. This isn't just the story of a car company. This is the story of Aston Martin. Our story begins in London, 1913. Two passionate racers, Lionel Martin and Robert Bamford, dreamed of building lightweight sports cars unlike anything Britain had ever seen. Lionel Martin often raced on the famous Aston Hill. After winning several races there, he combined Aston with his surname, creating one of history's most iconic names, Aston Martin. Nobody knew that this tiny workshop would one day challenge the greatest luxury brands on Earth. Just 1 year later, World War I erupted. Production stopped. Dreams disappeared. Factories shifted to military work. The young company nearly vanished before it even began. But Aston Martin refused to die. The 1920s and 1930s became a constant battle. Money ran out. Investors came and went. Ownership changed repeatedly. Most companies would have disappeared forever. Yet Aston Martin continued producing handcrafted sports cars, one masterpiece at a time. It wasn't chasing volume, it was chasing perfection. Everything changed in 1947. Businessman David Brown purchased Aston Martin. It became the most important decision in company history. Brown invested heavily. He modernized production. He believed Aston Martin deserved global recognition. His initials, DB, would soon become legendary. The Aston Martin DB2, then DB4, DB5, DB6, created a dynasty that still exists today. 1964. Hollywood changed everything. The world's most famous spy, James Bond, appeared, driving the stunning Aston Martin DB5. Machine guns, bulletproof shield, ejector seat, smokescreen. The car instantly became a global icon. People no longer wanted just a sports car. They wanted James Bond's Aston Martin. Even today, decades later, the DB5 remains one of cinema's greatest automotive legends. Despite worldwide fame, success didn't last. The oil crisis, economic recessions, rising production costs, and low sales pushed Aston Martin toward collapse. Ownership changed again and again. Bankruptcy seemed inevitable. Many believed the company had reached its end. In the late 20th century, Ford Motor Company stepped in. Ford invested millions. Factories became more advanced. Quality improved dramatically. The company entered a new era. Cars like the Aston Martin DB7 and later the Aston Martin DB9 introduced Aston Martin to an entirely new generation. Luxury, performance, and breathtaking design finally came together. Unlike mass manufacturers, Aston Martin never tried to build millions of cars. Every vehicle was designed to feel special. Hand-stitched leather, real aluminum, carbon fiber, natural wood. Every detail mattered. Owning an Aston Martin wasn't simply transportation. It was owning art that happened to drive few sounds in automotive history. Compare with Aston Martin's naturally aspirated V12. It wasn't merely loud, it was emotional. Drivers described it as music. Cars like the Aston Martin Vanquish and Team Aston Martin DB became symbols of British grand touring excellence. Fast enough for supercar performance, comfortable enough to cross continents. Then came a machine that shocked the automotive world. The Aston Martin Valkyrie, designed with Formula One technology, over 1,000 horsepower, extreme aerodynamics, barely legal for public roads. It blurred the line between race car and spaceship. Aston Martin returned to the pinnacle of motorsport. The Aston Martin Aramco Formula One team now competes against the world's biggest racing teams. Technology from Formula One influences future road cars. Performance continues evolving. The racing spirit never disappeared. It simply waited for the right moment. Today's lineup combines heritage with cutting-edge engineering. The punty Aston Martin DB5 redefines grand touring. The Aston Martin Vantage offers sharp sports car performance. The Aston Martin Vanquish brings back a legendary name with immense power. And the Aston Martin DBX707 proves an SUV can still carry Aston Martin's soul. Ferrari is aggressive, Lamborghini is dramatic, McLaren is futuristic, but Aston Martin is elegant. It doesn't scream for attention, it earns admiration. Its design ages gracefully, its engines stir emotion, its craftsmanship reflects generations of British tradition. That is why collectors around the world continue to cherish these cars. More than 100 years, countless bankruptcies, wars, financial crises. Yet Aston Martin never disappeared. Because true legends are never measured by how many cars they build. They're remembered by how they make people feel. Every Aston Martin carries more than an engine. It carries history. It carries passion. It carries the dream that beauty and performance can exist together. Aston Martin isn't just a luxury car. It's Britain's most beautiful masterpiece on wheels.